Thank you so much for coming here. What got you involved in cricket?
Um, I had a boyfriend who I met in the winter,
Uh-huh.
and in the summer I discovered that he played cricket. So for a couple of weeks I went along and spent time in the kitchen doing the teas, and I didn't really enjoy that. On the third week we were away, and the captain's wife was a very reluctant scorer. I sat with her until tea time, and after tea she handed me the book. This was at Coal Hill.
Uh-huh.
Well, no, sorry, our club was
Club
Coal Hill.
was.
We were playing away at Yetminster, and she handed me the book, and I handed it back to the club 30 years later. So I scored for Coal Hill for 30 years.
And that's how
So,
you started.
yeah.
Okay. Did you play cricket yourself as well, or just scoring?
Just scoring. The only time that I ever played cricket was a friendly match at Coal Hill, and despite wearing junior pads, they chafed the backs of my legs so badly that I decided I was never going to do it again. But
Okay.
after 2 years of scoring, I was persuaded to do the ACUS standard exam
Yeah.
for scoring, and I was pushed by very famous family in Dorset cricket, the Welsh family, and John Welsh told me that I needed to do this, and Jim pushed it on through. So I did this scoring course, and was told at the end of it, "We're really glad that you passed because you're the new county scorers
Yeah.
officer." So I then became the county scorers officer
Nice.
for
Nice.
there.
When did you start scoring for county? Like, want to know.
In 1994, I did my first games for the first team.
Okay.
So
1994. Wow.
1994, yeah. So before that, I'd been doing a lot of. There was an under 19s there, so
Okay.
under 19s were really big before they changed all the age groups on there. So yeah, under 19s, I was doing a lot of those matches as well for the county. But yeah, so they ran simultaneously. 94, I started doing some scoring, just one days and friendlies and things like that when Brian, my predecessor, didn't want to do them.
Nice.
And then I took over permanently in 2001.
Great. Or did you enjoy it?
But yeah,
Enjoying it?
oh yeah, no, I've always enjoyed it.
And then I think I heard that you started scoring at high level as well. So tell me about that.
Right. I think the first and the biggest game that I ever did was in 2014 when I received a call from Lords asking if I would score the Lords bicentennial match, the MCC versus the rest of the world, which was a big
match.
big match, yes. And so I did that one in 2014, and then most of my big stuff, my international stuff, was right place, right time, really, because of where we live, and I live here in Wimborne, very close to the Aegeus as it was then, and they were chosen to be the bubble for during COVID, and that's where all the cricket really in the UK was taking place at the Aegeus at that time. And on the 6th of June 2020, Chris Kelly wrote to me and asked if I would make myself available. And I went, yeah, fine, nothing. I don't really have any plans, like it's stay at home. So he came back to me and offered me one England warm-up game and the England versus West Indies first test, 5-day test, there at the Aegeus. So I thought, oh, this is really nice. Oh, fantastic, done this. By the end of 2020, I'd done 19 matches for them there. So it just kept sending more. Can you do this? Can you do that one? So it was fantastic. So I did,
Nice.
lots. Scored Jimmy Anderson's 600th test wicket. So
Nice. That's great to hear that as well. If you could say one thing about your scoring journey, what would it be?
I think it's I have this ethos that I never let anybody down. I never ever want to let anybody down. So if I promise to do something, I will go out there and I will do it, and I will do it to the best of my ability. And I think I've been very keen to embrace the changes that have happened in scoring, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, I started off with a pencil,
Exactly,
as most of
yeah.
us do, moved to coloured pens,
Yeah.
and then the technology came in. I'm an accountant by trade, but I was director of an IT company for
Oh.
a software house for 30 years. So I have a technology background. I was easily able to adapt and do that, you know, do that. I am still for the national counties, as I was for the minor counties, I look after all of the scorers in there. So I produce all the paperwork, all the forms, everything that they need to do for
Great.
reporting. And I instigated first the use of technology, so computers to score on. We were the first county, Dorset were the first county to do that, to use it. And we were also the first county to adopt cameras. So we were the first ones in those, you know, because I like to push.
Yeah. What has been your favorite place to start and why?
I don't know that I actually have a favourite place to score, to be honest with you, because they're all different. And it is nice. I used to love doing club cricket when we went round all the Dorset villages and things, you know, and you saw all these different areas. That was really kind of nice. Yeah, and lovely to be part of the team. You have to remember that the higher you go, the less contact you have with anybody. So you're very isolated during the bubble when we're there.
Yeah.
We weren't allowed access through the building. I used to have to climb the spiral staircase on the outside to get up to the score box. I only had my colleague in there. We'd score our matches, we'd climb down and go home without actually seeing or talking to anybody else. So,
Is there anything else you would like to say our women and girls to encourage them to take up scoring?
yeah. I would love it if more women and girls took up scoring, and there are many reasons really. It's a great social life.
Yeah.
My whole social life really is revolved around cricket. You know, so the people that I've met, fabulous people. You know, and I know so many people, length and breadth of the country. I'll go, you know, somewhere and I know somebody. I go on holiday and people recognise me now.
Wow.
So
That's a great achievement,
well,
isn't it?
yeah, but they recognise me, but I think they also respect me for what I've done, and that's it. Early on, when we were scoring at Dean Park, Dorset were playing, an away scorer, male, turned up, walked into my cricket box, and told me that women have no place in cricket.
Really?
The same person, I've just come back from scoring a 3-day match against Zimbabwe up in the Midlands, and that same scorer was walking round the ground looking up at me, sitting in the score box, scoring. And I thought, yeah, now tell me that women have no place in cricket. Don't ever, ever be cowed by anybody who is trying to put you down. Have confidence, go forward. You know, if you want something done, it's up to you to make it happen. And that's what I've done. I think
and it's a great journey of how you describe that. You started as when you like somebody told you to come and score for me in a club. That's it's interesting journey, and I think our women and girls will definitely gonna inspire after listening this
I hope
whole
so.
story.
You know, I mean, I'm always happy to mentor if anybody wants, you know, any advice or any help. I'm always happy to do that.
That's great.
So,
That's great. Thank you so much, Grace, for
Okay.
today joining us.
Yeah.
It's very nice to meet you
And
as
you.
well.
Yeah.